Okay, we live. This is Lisa Smith, and I'm on the live with Williams today. And the title of the live tonight is basically what you doing.
What's up, people? What's up, family? Shouts out to everybody out there listening.
So we kind of late. I was getting to the money, so that's why it was supposed to start at 9:45. But that's neither here nor there. This is probably mostly like last night, kind of like a freestyle. I'm taking over Reach Channel. Good night. Hope all is well. Hey, I didn't get to I've been really busy, so I didn't get to look up your Instagram. I apologize, Lefty. I can do it right now with my phone because I don't have an Instagram. But whatever y'all want to talk about, I'm good with.
All good.
I'm all good with whatever y'all want to talk about.
Name of the topic is what you're doing, and we can do a recap from last night or whatever. You know, I wish I could have tuned in because I could have really chimed in and had a few things to say, but I missed it, man. I sure hate that.
It's okay. As long as you catch the replay, it's all good.
I got up like 3 this morning. And I was like, oh man, Rick hit me. I was like, oh man, I should have been on. And then I played the replay, and I was like, oh. And then Lisa was on there. Oh my goodness. But you gave him a good dose. You let him have
it. The thing about it is, it's like the title of yesterday was "I'm sick of this shit." It was just I went to a particular, and then this is just me talking, like I always tell y'all all the time.
Yeah.
I went to a particular person's page and they called me retarded, and I'm just like, okay, cool. Like you can have all your type of opinions you want to have, but one thing you're not gonna call Lisa Smith is retarded. You know what I'm saying? Like if anybody's retarded, it's you.
They retarded people fuck ass for saying that shit.
Like my thing is like you really got your nerve, motherfucker, calling somebody retarded. Like I like seriously.
Yeah, well, I've been doing my little research too, and I've been seeing that bullshit too. It ain't right.
My thing is I won't say it's all good, but it's just like you don't go there. That's my thing. Okay, Lefty, what is your Instagram thing again? I can look you up right now, so I can just look. Is it CEO Lefty, bottom score, whatever? But anyway, drop that, and then I'll continue this conversation. But yeah, I was just talking about. Thank you. I was talking about basically stuff I was sick of yesterday, as y'all know.
Exactly. You hit some key notes when you was talking about like those churches and stuff like that. I wanted to reiterate on that a little bit too. I kind of liked it because you got people that going to church every Sunday and whatever, and they getting fucking bamboozled. You know what I mean?
They are
behind those same old fake phony preachers and stuff like that. They won't preach the truth. They won't let you know what's really going on.
They don't. You got to look. My thing is, I was raised, like with various things, and like most black people, and I hate to say it like this, I come from going to a church, background.
Yeah.
But
right.
They don't
They don't teach the right shit.
They don't. And really, American Christianity is rooted in paganism.
Right.
It's rooted in paganism, and a little bit of it has. Yep.
And we have to know where our truth comes from, because they keep giving us all this remix version. And like you were saying, some of the people over there in those other countries, they got the true Christianity, but it's been so watered down over here in this Western world where people that white Jesus just got to mesmerize right now. For some reason, it's hard for people to snap out of it. You know what I mean?
Right. And Lefty said, phony preachers screwing all the women, and if any of their women look at you, they watch you. Not only screwing the women, they screwing the congregation, taking money. You know what I mean? And that's the thing with churches. they're tax free. They don't pay taxes because of their 403. It's
That's
503c B's.
501c plan.
Yes.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
they don't pay taxes. So everything you give the church, that's tax free money. And
Exactly.
think about all the churches in these rundown communities that getting all this money from these people when you could turn this money around and really help out, but you're not.
They don't do nothing for it, and not only they don't do nothing for it, they being programmed to either preach a certain agenda or push a certain agenda.
That's
You know,
right.
used to be when you was going to church back in the days, the preacher would tell you straight up, homosexuality and all that was wrong. That was abomination to the Lord. Well, now they don't want you talking about that kind of stuff. It's all you can't say this, you can't say that. So, which is like you said, it all derives from paganism anyway. Once you start doing your research and start understanding where all that stuff comes from, it's all tied into the same thing.
It really is. And
Islam, Christianity, Catholic, all that basically tied into all them religions are tied into the same thing.
that's right. That's right. Most
We got to come to realize that they use their religion to divide us and they control us like that. They
right.
keep us bickering and getting into it one another because you know how it is. You can't say nothing to nobody that go to church. They want to argue and they want to believe in what they want to believe in, and you can't tell them the truth because they don't really want to know that they're so conditioned with the way they feel. You know what I'm saying? And how the way they being taught. So it's hard trying to change somebody and try to get them on that the right path.
They also use religion as a crutch
Exactly.
as well.
Exactly.
Lefty said gays spend money. They want all money, not some, all money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Money, like I said last night, money, the people's love for money is the root of all evil. People do so much stuff for just behind the cause of getting more money. It's ridiculous.
Exactly. They should have came. And like you said, the person that chimed in yesterday and said that money was a tool, they right. Money is a tool. You got to know how to use that tool, just like you know how to use a garden tool when you out in the garden or whatever you got going, mechanical, whatever. You got to know how to use that tool, You can't be stupid with it. So people get money mixed all up. They all live and die for money, and it ain't even all about that.
That's right.
You gotta have some kind of moral standard about yourself. What you stand for. If you just stand for all money, then that ain't nothing. Then you assume they say a fool with money soon depart.
That's right.
So
that's very right.
You got a lot of people that's living out here in the world. It depends. I got to go to work. I got to get money. I got to get money. But as family, you catering your whole life to trying to make a dollar. And when you dead and gone here, you can't take none of it with you. I ain't seen that hearse dragging no Wells Fargo truck with them and then. So, people got to understand how to separate money from their moral values and stop selling out. What you think about that?
I think everybody has different. Everybody has a different set of values and morals, but I think it comes down to integrity because some people may feel like what I do, I don't have any morals because the way I get money and it's not legal. You know what I'm saying? And so I would say that's kind of like a slippery slope because I've always been very honest about how I get money and how I've gotten money in the past. And some people may turn their nose up at it, but at the end of the day, how I get money, I'm not.
Yeah.
I get it in various ways. Number one, number two, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not taking. I'm not taking from poor people. That's one thing I want everybody to understand. I'm not taking from poor people, and the people that I'm on the other end of what happens and how I get my money do not look like you and I. If you get what I'm saying.
Right.
So it's not. It's how you view and look at it. That's how I deem it. So that
that's good.
But right, and like I said last night, I do have a line on what I'm willing to do for money and what I'm not willing to do for money. And there's some people out here who don't give a damn. They'll do anything for money. There's some things that I'm not going to do for money. Like I'm not going to put myself in positions where somebody said they'll give me a bunch of money to do some heinous and hideous acts. I'm not going to do it. There's a line for me, but for some people there is no line because all they see is money.
Exactly. They willing to sell themselves out and sell you or anybody else.
That's right.
And we got a lot of them going around just trying to get to the top. Everybody trying to be in this rat race trying to get to the top. And it's all about who toes you can step on, who you can do wrong to get to the top, you know. And then when you get to the top, then what you accomplish, what you got, you know. How many times we've seen that? You know, people that step on other people's toes and pass fight people and try to leech off people trying to think they beating their way through life and they really ain't getting nowhere.
I'm telling you. Hey, Larry. What's up, Lo?
What's up, Larry? Oh, what's happening? Y'all chime in. Come on in. Y'all got something to say, man.
We were just
Yeah.
talking. Whatever the title of today's live
What
is,
you
what
doing?
you're doing. So basically, just it's just a you're just talking about what you're doing, how you're feeling, for the love of money, right? Like Bone said. You know what? And I was thinking about this. I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, and I feel like totally off subject, but on subject. I feel like Bone does not get the props that they deserve. They really
No, they
don't.
don't.
They do not
Exactly.
get the
They don't.
props that they deserve. They are, for me, they're legends. Period. Because look
Exactly.
how long they've been making music, and low key, people really sleep on some of their
They
skills.
keep
I
on
just thought
they,
about that. I just
and you know another thing. The bone now is the new Mingos. You know what I'm saying? Bone been singing like that for
thank
years and
you.
years and years. That's the new Mingos trying to copy somebody else's style, and you got a lot of that going on. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the days when rappers had to rap, they had to have their own style, and you'll get bashed for not for cracking somebody else's style. But nowadays, everybody just sound the same, and everybody want to sound the same and be on one same agenda. That sounds crazy to me. I don't like that. you know. So I think Bone, you know what I'm saying, like you said, they don't get the props they should get because they set some marks that no other artist still ain't set yet.
Right, and if you think about it, like Bone, they got to record with not Easy E.
Yeah,
They got to record with Easy E. They did a song with Tupac, and they did a song with Biggie.
with
Where
Biggie,
is
yeah,
my
exactly. So you gotta give them their respect. You know,
I was just saying it was kind of off topic, but I just
yeah,
I feel like they don't get the props that they deserve. That's just me personally,
yeah.
because to me that's everybody has their
Mm-hmm.
own turmoil. They did have words with Migos, but see that I want to say this: Migos also, if this is for my people that's from down south,
Right.
Williams,
Mm-hmm.
um, what is his name? Oh, he was with 3 6. He used to rap really fast like that. Uh, King,
Say it.
I think he was with 3 6, and it was the original 3 6, like it was,
You
um,
not Twister,
no,
not
uh,
Twister.
King Koopsta, 85.
Oh, that's the original 360
The
you're talking about.
original the
Yeah,
original 3 6. He
they
passed
had
away. He
they
rapped
had
like that too.
yeah they had Gangsta Boo and
Yep.
yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
And that's the one that had the bone in his nose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That
he got killed or something though, didn't
they said that he died in his sleep. That's what Gangsta Boo said. Yep, it was King Koopsta, Crunchy Black, Gangsta Boo,
he?
DJ
Mm-hmm.
Paul, and
Juicy J.
Juicy J
Yeah. And then
and
Project
Project
Pat
Pat.
came
That's
around. Yeah,
right.
Project Pat.
That's what Lefty
That's
just said. Project Pat. That was the original 3 6, and then they
well,
kind of branched off, and it's like,
they later on they got Fraser Boy and a couple more of them artists that came by.
mm-hmm.
No, yeah. The Chat I think came a little bit later on too.
Yep, that was all under the 3 6
Yeah,
umbrella. And see, that's the
yeah.
thing. Like they don't these new kids, and I hate to say it like
I
that.
bet hypnotized mine.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, they go
Hypnotized.
hard.
That's
That
right.
hypnotized camp go hard. Yeah, a lot of them sleep. A lot of them sleep on that CeeLo, that concentration camp where Boosie came from. They sleeping on that and that 8 Ball and MJG.
Oh
They
my
sleeping on
God,
a
I
whole lot
love
of
A
stuff.
Ball MJG.
So
And
they sleeping on that Mr.
Memphis,
Mike, Taylor, all that. You know what I'm
right?
saying?
I'm
South
not.
Circle.
Thank you. I'm from Well, I'm not from Tennessee, but I'm always here. You know what I'm saying? So I know.
X Mob, shoot, Pimp C, Bun B. Hey, and they got the flavor down there, for real.
Yeah, and I would say, I was with my homegirl. We were in Memphis, and 8 Ball. He's 8 Ball, MJG are one of the. I would say they are real and they super down to earth. We was in
Coming
the,
out hard.
yes, we was in the bar and 8 Ball bought the bar out. We didn't have to buy drinks at all for the rest of the night.
Hey, listen, I still got tickets and I still got pictures with 8 Ball and MJG when they came to Mobile. And that was back in like the 90s, you know what I'm saying? They came back a few times since then, but I got pictures with them, him and MJG on stage, rocking it at the club in Enterprise.
Look, they are some of the most, they down to earth as hell. Yes.
For real. That's what's up. Yeah, they missing out on a lot of that down south stuff. They think about, it's a beat between up north and down south and Midwest and all that, but it really ain't. Like I said, I like good music. I listen to a whole lot of artists that's from up north and from the West Coast, and you know what I mean? It depends on what I'm listening to. There's you can find a lot of bullshit everywhere, you know what I mean?
That's right. If you'll always find bullshit when you're looking for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what's up. But I just wanted to say, you know what I'm saying, last night they had you on different tone. I'm glad the tone changed a little bit. I know they had you amped up a little bit.
No, it really was like that. That's one thing about me is I can always go from 0 to 100 real quick, and that's just from people trying me in the life I've lived, and I can be honest about that. And it's just that people like if you gon' this is the type of person I am. Like I said before, and Enrique made that video. People throwing rocks and hide their hand. I'm not gonna throw no rock at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw a boulder at you, and I'm gonna say I did it. If I got a beef with you or a problem with you, I'm coming to your doorstep with it. I'm coming straight to you with it. I'm not gonna talk into windows. I'm not gonna not say your name. I'm gonna say your name, and you better be ready for the repercussions. Like period. Like I said last night. When Shaw was in here, what are you people tired of? And like I said, I'm not Reek, but I said I think it's bogus that people out here stealing his content, but you and then brand it as your own. That's some bitch shit. And I said his name, and I say it again, 24/7 realism. He's on Instagram. Spam his ass. Y'all know that's not his content. He's stealing from Reek. That is copyright infringement because he don't own that content. And then you got people co-signing him, like I said, Alvin Sherman. Like I said yesterday, how you gonna be a man and stand on your word and call somebody retarded, but you co-signing somebody that's a thief? Now that's retarded.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? I don't have a problem calling out names. I don't have a problem saying your name. I don't have a problem you saying your name and ready for you to bring the funk to me. Because what I speak factual and I speak facts. I don't speak with shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'm speaking fucking facts here.
Exactly. You can look it up.
And that's what I said last night when we were talking about when we got into chess. When he I think his name was Duluth something. Came in and he was talking about human chess, and I said life is really a chess game. You have to make moves to think about what you're going to do in the future, and a lot of these people don't make moves and think about how that's going to affect them in the future. And let me also be clear, it has nothing to do with someone if they're white or black. If I have beef with them, I have beef with people that say my name and call me out my name. As of right now, nobody on YouTube that happens to be white has said anything about Lisa Smith. So that's the thing. And why people worried about white folks, don't worry. Like, why are you worried about white folks? I know why you're worried about white folks. Because your mother-in-law is white. Because all you fuck with is white hoes.
Okay, man.
Right. I'ma say it. Like, it is what it is.
They might have an insecurity within that race then.
There you go. That's all I'm saying is you say my name.
They weaken that race then. They got there's too much mix in them then.
Well, all I'm saying is don't bring that into, and the only reason why you bringing it to is because you fuck with white hoes. Like, that's basically why it is. Like, a lot of these people don't, I know for back in the day, a lot of dudes dealt with white women because it was easier to deal with a white woman than it was easier to deal with a black woman per se. But if you say straight up that you only prefer white women and white women and you put them on a pedestal, how do you think you're that's disrespectful to your mother? That's disrespectful to your grandmother. That's disrespectful to your aunties. And if you have sisters,
I don't,
that's
and
disrespectful to them.
and not only that, you disrespectful to yourself because you don't care. You know that means you self hatred. You don't care about yourself. In other words,
There you go, because you came
you
out
don't
of a
care about
black
those good.
womb.
Exactly. You don't care where you originated from. That mother's still gonna be your goddess. I don't give a fuck how you feel about these white folks. You know what I'm saying? You'll never. When it's all said and done, when you stand beside one of them, they're gonna still call you a nigga.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You still gonna be a goddamn a dirty white boy, whatever they want to call you. You know. So that don't get you nowhere either.
I see
So
Cadillac J Justice in here. What's up, Cadillac J Just?
what's up, Cadillac J Just? What's happening? You got the emphasis on the line tonight. I don't think you want to challenge her tonight. She's on the road.
I was on a roll last night. He said he came in kind of late. He said he'll catch the replay.
Hey, check this out though. Not to sway the topic or whatever, but we bounce around on this station, on this channel right here. So me and Rick was having a conversation the other night, and the topic came up. We was having a discussion about being 100, and I want to know what's your point of view on being 100, because the way I feel about being 100 is it may be a little bit hard, maybe a little bit difficult the way how some people feel. So give me your aspect on how 100 may feel. I mean, may apply to you.
Like
when somebody's saying they 100, oh God, I'm real 100, this and that.
What is somebody's definition? Everybody has different I see, not to cut you off. Everybody has a different definition of what is 100 and I'm real and all this other stuff. I feel like I keep it 100 because I lay my life, or I would say my occupation, on a line, and I've been straightforward with these listeners since, I think I've been coming on here for about maybe a year. I don't know. I've been following Reek for a minute on this channel. And a lot of people say they real and they keep it 100, but they really not real, or they're not keeping it 100. It's a facade. And I think we kind of touched on that last night talking about smoke and mirrors.
Right.
It all depends on how you feel what 100 is. Like, if you feel like this person is fake and phony, what I said last night, and I'll continue to live my life this way, is always go with your first mind. Always, if you get a feeling like this shit ain't right, don't do it. If you feel like this person just ain't moving right, don't move with them. Sometimes that's, you know what I'm saying? That's our internal, that's our brain, that's our conscious telling us, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that. Sometimes it kicks in and sometimes it don't.
Yeah. So your aspect of it is just saying that being 100 is doing the right thing, in other words.
What is your... Okay.
Basically, I mean,
Okay, so there's some comments in. I'm going to get back to you, Williams. Okay. Shy came on. What's up, Shy? He said, what's good, family? And then Reek said, matter of fact, if you want to save yourself money, go directly and buy the self-help books by motivational speakers without paying a punk-ass middleman hundreds of dollars to hear the regurgitated info. And then Shy said, people be faker than a boob job. So you said, now repeat what your question was, Williams.
Well, I'm gonna start over. Me and Rick was having a conversation the other night about being 100.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to know how you felt about people when they say they 100, or I'm Gucci, everything this and everything on guard. You know what I'm saying? I'm real, this and that. I just want to know how you feel about people saying that, because I'm gonna say this. I got my own flaws, my own issues. I know I can't say I'm 100. You know what I'm saying? Because I just can't say I ain't. I can say I'm probably about a good, 85 or 90. What do you call 100? Are you 100 all the time, or are you just 100, on certain shit? You know what I mean? What's your definition of being 100 with individual?
Okay, so 100 is like, for me, 100 for me being 100 would be I'd be out this. Oh Lord, shots on tequila. Lord have mercy.
I mean,
Um,
we all know nobody ain't perfect or whatever, but in certain aspects you might find in a man or in a female that hey, okay, I can rock with this person, but I know they ain't really got their shit together, but they almost there, they on their way there, or whatever, or they, what I'm saying, they sort of what trying to be, what I'm saying, versus,
Okay, so Larry said, and I have to agree with Larry. He said, to me, being 100 is being loyal or being truthful and real about a situation. I'm gonna flip it and say 100 is being loyal and being truthful about any situation. Period.
yeah.
Whether if the situation is gonna hurt my feelings or not, you being 100 and saying this is what it is and this is what it ain't. That's 100 to me. Like that's something.
Okay, I understand that part. I'm gonna say I'm 100 on that part,
Mm-hmm.
but like the conversation me and Rick was having, like it goes beyond that. Like if you taking the girl out to dinner, or if she taking you out to dinner or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and say for instance you buy the dinner because you taking her out to dinner and then or whatever, it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't really looking for nothing but time because you're just taking somebody out for dinner or whatever. But if you call yourself being a friend to somebody, would you want to return that favor and say, okay, he took me out to dinner, can I offer you gas or could I do anything else and can I pay the tip or what I'm saying, or whatever, what I'm saying? How would you feel? Would you consider that being 100 or something like that?
Okay, so Shad said, "My bad. What's good, Williams?" He said that to you. I would
What's
say,
up?
go ahead.
No, he good. I'm just giving him a shout out. It's all good. We just had a question, but I was trying to, I really wanted to reiterate on that because some people say they 100 and then, they only 75, they only 50, they only 20, they only 30. So what is 100?
Okay, so if you, for instance, this is, and again, I'm speaking for Lisa Smith, and like I tell y'all, this is y'all can go back in the archives. My stance on things ain't never changed. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna be me at the end of the day, and I'm only speaking for me. If I go
Right.
out with a man and he takes me out to dinner,
Right.
if he takes me out to dinner, I'll pay the tip. Or like sometimes I'll go out and take somebody out to dinner. And if he don't,
Without them asking though, you know what I'm
of
saying?
course, like I said, I really wish, and I would never do. I don't want him to because he'll make things even more complicated. But I wish that my child's father could get on here and tell y'all how I am and how we move. Like you don't, if you rocking with me, you're not gonna have to ask me to do anything because that's the type of
Right.
mentality I have. The problem is that people don't listen to their first mind, and this is going to go back to what we're kind of talking about, Williams, is if you are
Right.
entertaining somebody, whether they be a friend or a person that you want to get involved with on a deeper level, you should be able to gauge how and what type of individual they are. If
Right.
you can't gauge that during dinner or during conversations, then maybe you shouldn't be rocking with them. People can say whatever they want to say. At the end of the day, is their actions. If you take a person out to dinner and they don't offer to do anything, you know what I'm saying, and they want you to do this without them reciprocating anything, like, oh,
Right.
I'll throw some gas money in or I'll put the tip down for dinner,
Exactly.
then
Right.
you don't need to rock with them. And that's just Lisa Smith talking, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I said me and Mr. Cadillac will never rock, we'll always agree to disagree because he comes from the background that he wants you to spend your money first and then he'll
Right.
maybe spend money on you later. And that's not how I rock. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the
Right.
day, I at the end of the day, as a female, I'm not gonna go up to a man and think automatically because I have a vagina and because you find me attractive, I want you to buy me dinner. I don't roll like that,
Right.
and I don't assume a man should roll like that. Just like I don't feel like a man should buy me dinner because he finds me attractive. Just like
Right.
just and the roles can be reversed. I shouldn't want to
Right.
have to put money in your pocket because we like each other. Why are you putting
Right.
so much emphasis on material things? How can we grow
Exactly.
together without the material? What happens when one of us is down and out? One of us is gonna have to step up to the plate.
That's right. We gotta separate the emotions from reality.
Duluth Youngster's back in here. How you doing, sir? He said they looking for a handout. There's a survey out saying women just go on dates for food and free drinks. 2/3. And well, you know what I call that, Duluth Youngster? Some bum bitches. That's
Yeah,
bum
exactly.
bitch activity. If you can't buy yourself drinks and you only want to talk to a man or plan on a man, Shy said, "Don't get Lisa started." No, I'll get her started. But I'm just saying
Okay.
that's bum bitch activity. You only going out for food and drinks. Why can't you buy
Exactly.
your own self food and drinks? Because your bum
Okay.
ass don't have it. You you
Okay. So
you looking for a trick. Then let's
okay.
turn it around for a man. There's some men out here who see a woman as a go-getter and automatically want to leech onto her like a parasite because they see you doing good. Oh, she rolling. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the reason why I said it before. Like if I wanted a man, like if I wanted a man, I could have a man. But a lot of these men out here see me doing it and they don't care about building. They just want to latch on to what I have because they don't have shit and they don't want to do shit.
yeah, them pass like them
You know what
leeches.
I'm saying? Just like that, bitches want to go out for free drinks and you buy them things. There's men out here who see you doing it and like, oh, she's doing it. Let me see if she'll spend some bread on me. I see some new Jordans that's coming out. I see some LeBrons that's coming out. Maybe she can buy me this and buy me that. And I see this,
Yeah.
whatever on sale. Maybe she can buy this for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of this dinner? Not these motherfuckers got it fucked up. Period.
Right.
And that goes
Right.
for both sexes.
Right.
Nobody's obligated to pay shit for you. Nobody's obligated to take care of you. Like I said in the one before this, I'm not your mama and I'm not your daddy. I'm not obligated to pay shit for you.
Exactly. So
See, Cadillac just said I'm one of those guys. And you know what?
yeah.
I appreciate you for keeping it 100. And that's why I said I don't rock with you. Because I don't rock with men like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna say this for the record. I'm not, like that. I was asking you for, your opinion on a definition of what, see, like what you said. You said that okay, if he took me out to dinner, he offered to pay me dinner or whatever, he bought me dinner or whatever. Okay, at least I'm gonna ask him, I'm gonna offer him gas money or to pay the tip or something, without him having to say nothing at all or whatever. I'm gonna automatically do it because I'm gonna feel, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm supposed to do my part or whatever, or handle my business the way I should handle my business. In other words, yeah, it's cool you taking me out to dinner or whatever, but let me pay the tip, let me put some gas in the car for you doing it. You know what I mean? In exchange, you know what I mean? So I would call that being 100. That's what I was saying in a way. Even if you offered me and I turned it down, I would still be like, okay, don't worry about it. I got it. It's all good. And I still feel like, okay, she being 100 because, she at least attempted to try to pay me. But when she ain't try to pay me at all or try to make no attempt to do or nothing, then, like you said, she a bomb.
That's how I feel like it.
Or he a bomb. It go both
Well,
ways.
see, I'm gonna get to that. There's some comments I want to read. Okay, Duluth youngster said that's how I gauge women. If they offer to pay for the tip, you get a second date. Cadillac Jay just said I'm one of those guys. We've already talked about that. Um, Shaw said, a motherfucker said Miss Infamous is fake. Get the fuck out of here, Sherm Stick. That motherfucker didn't call me fake, Shot. He called me retarded. But this motherfucker living on somebody's sofa with a broke down Benz he yelling about. Get the fuck out of here. And then Reek says she's using her coochie as a carrot to try and trying to lure off the tricks. And then Shy said, damn, I love Tuku the Khan. I'm just saying, there's men like, but see, that's one thing I gotta respect Cadillac for saying, because Jay Justice, he keeps that stance always.
Gotta
And I gotta
respect him
respect
because
him
he
for
got
that.
you.
And
You
that's why
gotta
I said
respect him.
we'll never click and we'll never rock like that, because that's not the type of man I'm looking for. That's the type of man that I'm talking about and I don't want to deal with. Like, if I'm showing you right now that I already got my own, what are you bringing to the table? I'm not going to just break bread on you because I like you and I want you to build with me. No, you, like I said before in the last slide, my stance ain't going to change, y'all, period. If you could show me how we can hustle and I can do another hustle and still do this hustle on top of that and make even more money, look, I will definitely break bread with you. But if you automatically come out the gates talking about break bread, but you ain't show me nothing, then what I need to break bread for? I'm not asking you to pay a bill. I'm not asking you to take me out to dinner. I'm not asking you to do shit, but except show me how to do a better hustle than what I'm already doing. Because if you can't show me what I'm doing better than now, then we don't need to have no conversation.
Exactly. We can't get nowhere else, no farther than what's already happening.
Mr. Cadillac So far, you just saying, and you ain't showing shit.
Oh, yeah.
You said right off tops. Halo, you said it right off tops. I'll break bread later. You ain't showing me nothing. You said we got a couple businesses, some cars and all that. Okay, but what is that? And then on the other live, you said, well, females they need to buy me this and buy me dinner and okay, so then after a female buys you dinner, then what? Well, after she buys you dinner, then what? How can you translate into dollars? That's what I'm looking at.
Hmm. What's her IQ level if she doing that?
Like you got to think about it in a you life is a chess game, not checkers. So if you dealing with somebody and y'all supposed to be building together, like I said earlier, what happens if one of y'all gets sick? Then all the pressure is gonna move from the person that's not sick. Then they're gonna have to be able to up their hustle. But if she's too busy breaking bread on you and she gets sick, where's that money gonna go? Is you gonna help her? Is you gonna foot the bills while she's sick? Is you gonna triple her money?
Mm. That's up to him to answer.
I point out the squares and she go get it. And then Shaw said, checkmate. You point out the squares and she. See, I don't. That's the thing, Jay. I don't make my money off squares. That's where you guys got it twisted at. I'm a hustler. I'm not a lady of the evening. I do what I do that makes money. And a lot of times I can hurt a lot of y'all's feelings because I bring in more money than these people that so-called is relying on these tricks. You do know that the economy is down, right? But my money ain't never stopped.
There it is.
Larry said, I think it depends on their intentions. I try to get creative with dating nowadays. For example, natural hikes or maybe a cooking class to get women to talk about themselves. Then I will engage their real true interests. Right. That's the thing. Like, you got to think outside the box. See, we got multiple conversations going on, and I like this. A lot, but see, and that's another thing. You can't gauge someone if you're only in one type of setting. And this goes for men too, because at the end of the day, you again, just like you have bum bitches out here, you got men out here that see you shining and see you making money and want to attach on you like a parasite. I see it every day. I go through it every day.
Leeches, parasites.
Right. Because they say and this is not a dent to you, Cadillac. There is men out here who say they got something, but they don't got shit. They got they living in efficiency, which I'm not down anybody that's living in a studio or an efficiency, but they don't got no furniture. You know what I'm saying? They living out a bag, but when they step out the door, they step out the door, they got on a fresh pair of J's on, they got a fresh outfit. You know what I'm saying? They got all this, but their home life is in disorder.
So they got. Hey, you say they got peanut butter, no jelly, huh?
Right.
Ham and no burger.
They stunting their homeboy's car, or they stunting their baby mama's car, or they don't even have a car.
Yeah.
Right, Larry. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. If you willing to sit down and show me how we can make this bigger, then I'm all for it. But if you can't show me how we can make this bigger than what we're doing, if you can't show me how I can retire and get away from this, then what do we have to talk about? Seriously, what do we have to talk about? Don't nobody want to be in the game for 30, 40 years. If you still in the game after 40 years, you're doing something wrong. Period.
Yeah. You could have been had a job and almost retired.
Right. You should already have a transitioning out the game. Come on now. I don't want to be 50 years old talking about doing what I'm doing now. That's ridiculous. I'm going to look like a fool.
Yeah. And that's what's going on with a lot of the people out there, a lot of the OGs, I ain't gonna say a lot of them, but some of the OGs, they still want to reminisce on what they had. Those days gone. Gone are those days when you in 1996 and 95 and 93 when you had this and that shit gone, man.
Right. You need to translate to now.
You got to come on for 2020 now because it's rolling now,
Right. Lowe said that T-Pain shit, and then Shy said a brand new car and an efficiency, a half a bedroom. Shut up, Shy. You stupid as hell.
That brand new car ain't got damn up a fuck. Ain't got no value to it.
Right. Thank you.
Put yourself in debt. You might well got a used car and save your money.
Thank you. Not only that, then you gotta you paying a note on it. Why? And I'm telling you right now, I pay while people bragging about I got 2 Benzes paid for. Okay, and
That bitch break down, you're gonna be out loud more acting.
right. I might just be look.
Even if you know the history of that motherfucker, it ain't gonna be with the damn in about the next 5 or 10 years, no way. You got to
Nicholas
hold some.
Cam said Chi-Town. What do you mean Chi-Town? Please elaborate. I didn't mean to cut you off, Williams. That's the thing. Like my beater car that I roll around in when I get money and I have to do what I do. It's a 1994 Lexus. That's what I drive.
Exactly.
That's my everyday car.
And that's shit. That's a damn good car.
Hell yeah, that bitch is rolling. Them bitches.
That's a Toyota motor, ain't it?
Yep. That's basically what them bitches is rolling. Okay.
Yeah, them Toyotas built the last. Well, my older ones is that new shit they got now, but damn.
That it really. Thank you. Okay, Duluth Youngster said, I agree with you, Lisa, about bringing something to the table. Like you said last night, men need to produce for a woman to get the real respect. And then Rick said a cot on the floor in the grandkids' room. Right. But see, okay, so let me say to Duluth Youngster, like, it's a man needs to bring something to a table and a woman needs to bring something to the table as well. Don't settle for a bum bitch just because she got a fat ass and nice tits and she got long hair and she's pretty. Because at the end of the day, beauty fades. Motherfuckers out here living on their glory days. Your titties gonna start to sag, your butt's gonna start to droop. You know what I'm saying? Your hair gonna get thinner. You're gonna get older. You gotta be able to roll with the punches. And if all you relying on is your outside beauty, you're doomed. Period.
You don't, because in other words, you gotta love me for who I am on the inside.
Right.
You know? And it's just like, man, we had this conversation again, the same conversation on the same topic the other night, and we were talking about what I was talking about, basically, like, some of the girls that you went to school with and some of the guys you went to school with, you thought they was oh so pretty and fine and this and that, but you see them now, shit, you run the other way, because they done changed so much, you know what I'm saying? They don't, ain't nobody the same no more. People grow up and they change. They don't look the same no more. So you thinking that you might trying to hold on to a piece of, you know what I'm saying, something just because she look good. But in reality, you ain't really got yourself nothing. Because you just going on how somebody look.
True. And then Shad said not even a pallet full of blankets on the floor. And then Duluth Youngster said you got to be light years ahead. See, that's the thing. You got to, if a female, only thing a female can offer you is basically like all of this hot girl shit. And like, if they can only offer you physical shit, that shit gets old. At the end of the day, okay, the sex may be good, but what can you do outside of the sex? What are you outside of what you can offer?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like to be good in the bed.
You know what I'm saying? How is that going to translate to make sure that y'all straight in the long run? If you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna be pretty forever. You know what I'm saying? You gotta translate that into something else. He's not gonna be fine forever. Niggas get old, females get old.
Exactly.
Period.
I'm gonna turn the topic to another situation. You know what I mean? We're just flipping the script right here, so I hope you're able to ride along with me.
Mm-hmm.
But what you were saying about last night, you were saying last night that everybody ain't meant to be a king. You got some men that's gonna be pawns, you got some gonna be bishops and rooks. Okay, go into that a little bit and let the people know, you know what I'm saying, that sometimes that, you got to play your role instead of trying to play another role that you can't play. You're trying to be so macho and big boy and do this and do that when you know that you ain't able to go off into that. You ain't ready for that.
Play your position. You ain't going to... Okay, before I get into that, let me respond to Duluth Youngster. He said, pretty face, but nothing in the head, or no strong spirit, no go, or at least willing to learn. And that's the thing, like, you got men out here who gas up these females because they're pretty, because then these are the same men that don't have no self-esteem or no self-worth, so they look to this dumbass right here getting advice from him, and this nigga low-key's living in a house with a fat white bitch making money off her because she has low self-esteem. So you listening to this motherfucker who's trying to give you advice on how to get this pretty woman, but low-key he's fucking with fat ugly white bitches because they're easy to manipulate and they're easy to get money from. So who's really the dummy?
And they desperate.
Oh, right, super dusty. It's not. Let's keep it 100 here. Let's keep it 98-2. It's not hard to manipulate a white woman. Let's keep it real here. I don't care if we get flagged for this and they take this off. I'm sorry, Reek. It's not hard to manipulate a white woman, especially if you a black man. It's look at the history of America. White women have always wanted black men. That's why they always yelled out rape, getting motherfuckers killed and all this. You are a disgrace to your people. In point blank, period. Sorry, that was just a tangent, y'all. I'm sorry.
Hey,
But I'm
that's why we here.
I'm
That's why we here.
sorry.
That's why we here on the station because we too cool to come.
Okay, so back to that. You can't
You know.
you can't be a king if you're not ready to rule. Point blank and period. Like I said yesterday, some people aren't meant to be kings. And you got to look in yourself. Are you really meant to be a king? Are you supposed to be a pawn? Are you supposed to be a, what's the other? Is it
A rook or a bishop
or a
or a knight.
bishop? No, or a knight. Know your role. If you don't know your role, you're never going to be successful in life. That's the thing. You got to know your role. You're not going to be successful in life if you really are a pawn and you thinking you a king.
Okay, and since we on that topic,
Pawns, okay, so pawns are people that let their emotions run them. Pawns are people that, oh, I seen this on the news and they say this and that and they go for it. That's what a pawn is. A pawn is one of the first pieces on the chessboard that get taken out.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if you are a pawn and you thinking you a king, then you gotta then how are you gonna elevate yourself to king status if you letting the material and the physical rule you? You gotta rule it. You gotta think with your higher mind. If you're not able to do that, then baby, you're always gonna be a pawn.
That means you can't be a protector because guess what?
You
At
gotta
the
let
end of
shit roll
at
off your
the,
back.
at the end of the day, when you playing that game, who's going to come out on top? That king or that queen? Because everything going towards that king or that queen, you protecting that queen.
That's there you go. And the queen is
Yeah.
what? The
Yeah.
baddest piece on the board, low key, but nobody wants to talk about that. Okay,
Nobody
let me
want to talk
get
about that.
let me
So,
get back to the comments. Okay. Oh my, you know what? I swear to God, Rick's calling you, Cadillac. Lowe said, exit plan, Duluth youngster to be a king or elevate status. You need to change your mentality. Amen. You have to.
you got to watch the battlefield.
You
You got to
sure
watch the
do.
war. If you want to be the king, you got to protect that queen. That means you got to take. That means you got to take your own life. That means she got to take your life. Don't let nobody else do it. I kill you. I kill you. That's real. I kill you. So I let somebody else kill you. You know what I mean?
Cadillac J Just is on the line.
What's up, Jesus?
What's going on, man? Ain't nothing to it. How's it going? Lisa Smith?
What's up?
This is infamous. I'm gonna let y'all have it for a second. I'm gonna let you quit. I'm here listening, so you know, hey, say what you gotta say.
All right. Hey, Lisa Smith, right?
What's up?
It's like when you said, okay, say like with me with my homegirl. When you said if you can give somebody like a jewel or something that they can take with them forever to make money, then that's priceless. You give them something priceless. That's more than the money, right?
Right. I agree with that.
So but I'm saying like that's what I be doing though.
How? But see, this is the thing, though. This is the thing, though. You seriously, this is the thing, though. You giving them game. How you giving me game when I'm already there? We already at the same level. You got to elevate my level. That's what I'm saying. And you talking about breaking bread? I already know you're not going to be able to elevate me because that's the first thing out your mouth.
It depends on what you do. It depends on what lane. It depends on what lane of the game you in.
If you go back in the archives, which I said, I hope Shot is still on here. He probably not, knowing his drunk behind. If you go back in the archives, I said what I do. Look, Feds is listening.
Okay.
Feds is listening. I'm not part of the game that some of y'all are in the part of the game, but I'm part of the game where I've been locked up and I've got felonies for financial transaction fraud. Google that.
Okay, so if you're not in the part of the game that I'm in, you can't look at me different from the way that I look at things. Like, I'm looking at it different. Like, I look at it like how the females look at it because I got to be able to tell them how to do it. So, like, if I go to the bar, I go out I'm going in the club. I'm not looking for the cutest girl. I'm not looking for, who I can sleep with that night. I'm looking for the chick that got the money. I'm scanning the room because I know she's gonna spend it. Because all my homegirls are gold diggers. Some women don't mind spending money. That's the lane that I come from. So I'm not knocking you for your way of thinking, but I'm saying don't knock me for mine either.
I'm not knocking you. I just said that me and you don't mesh. That's not knocking you. That's keeping you 100. You came out the gate and said what you about, and I said I'm always gonna respect that. You can rewind the playback, and I always said that. I said me and you are always gonna agree to disagree, and that's the reason why men in your lane don't like me, don't like the type of female I am, because I don't need for you to tell me anything because I'm already making as much money as you are or better. No offense to you, and I haven't
No,
had guidance from some man playing on tricks.
because you're in a different lane of the game. You over there. I'm over here. Unless you got some stripper outfits or something, then we can talk. But other than
See, there you go with that bullshit. What I'm saying is, you said that they need to bring something to the table, but what are you bringing to the table? And
knowledge.
I'm just asking you. That's not no disrespect, and that's the reason why a lot of men don't like me, because I'm asking you, what are you bringing to the table? Learn how to how to
Now,
how to play on tricks. If a woman is really
okay,
in,
okay,
if a
okay.
woman is really in tune with herself, she can figure out who is a sucker nigga and who's not a sucker nigga. She don't need another nigga to tell her that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she need another nigga. She might need another nigga to tell her how other niggas think in order to get more. If you're in that lane, see, if you're not in that lane, you're not going to stand it.
How is she gonna tell you? You just basically repeated what you just said.
I'm saying like you sometimes in that part of the game, a woman got to listen to a man in order to know how a man is truly thinking in order to get the bread. See, it's a whole different thing. You know
And
what I'm saying?
so
So
so you're telling me she don't have a father, she don't have an uncle, she don't have a brother? They can't put her up on game on how
maybe
men
not.
think?
Most of the time they don't.
So they don't have a
But even
father.
with that though, I mean they might. But I'm saying still though, they're not gonna listen to their dad the same way they listen to a nigga who they might like as a boyfriend or a square. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different. And along with that comes with the gold diggers,
Yeah.
like all my homegirls are gold diggers. So that's why I pick up the game from them. I'm like, shit, if I meet a chick that got money and she want to spend it, why not?
She's a dummy, like I said before. She's a
But that don't
dummy.
make me a bum nigga though. That
That
don't make me a
look,
bum
look,
nigga either.
in my eyes, that's a bum. If you automatically come up to a female with your hand out, and you ain't showed her another way to how to and see, that's what we need to get at the root at. You can't be out here doing the same thing for the next 15 years. You got to have an exit plan. You want to be in the game for 20 years? No, you don't.
No, you don't. But while you still having fun, have fun. You said you were single. You single. You fine. Get it.
You got to have
That's
it,
all
and
I'm
that's
saying.
that's what I
I'm looking.
that's what I mean when I said show me how to elevate my game. If you're not showing me how to do an exit plan, then we don't got shit to talk about. And that's where I'm different from other females, because I've been doing this for too damn long, and I've been honest about that. I'm not going to be doing this for another 15 years. If you can't show me an exit plan, then we don't got nothing to talk about. Yeah, we still young. Yeah, we still single, but that shit gets played out. You're eventually going to get old. You're not going to be able. You're going to be like some of these dudes on YouTube now, still trying to pick up on females when they old and past their prime. Because they didn't
My
have an
thing is
exit
too.
plan. They didn't have a retirement plan.
But it's too much to go into it, Williams. I just called in to say what's up, y'all. I'm talking about. I'm stopping through it. I still got to go. Do what I do.
And we look, and I will always appreciate you for keeping it 100 and standing your grind. But we don't, and we've always said we agree to disagree. That's all it is. There's no ill will towards you. I respect you for standing your ground and saying, "Hey, look, I'm a gold digger, and I'm digging for gold." And if that's what the women want to do, that's what they want to do. That's on them. But I've always remained and been saying I'm Lisa Smith. I don't roll like that. I've been Lisa Smith since Lisa Smith and Shy One, and that's not how I'm ever gonna roll.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, if you ever change your mind, just call me back. But let me hit y'all back though. All right, William.
All right. Hey, man, hold it down and be safe out there.
All right.
Okay, we got to get back to the comments. Okay, Lowe said, like, what's next? And then Duluth Youngster said, Pimpin' Ken is a great example. He is. He transitioned from the pimp game. He's not even Pimpin' Ken no more. He's Professor Ken. He's selling books. He got a store. He got all that. He not on YouTube. He's not on Patreon. He ain't asking for a jug. He not telling you to hit his pockets. He's saying, hey, you can be better than this. You can do this and translate into that. The next comment is, you got to be consistent. And then Duluth Youngster said, king status is easy nowadays if you follow the example of greats. But see, not you can follow somebody's example and still fuck up. Not everybody's meant to be a king, like I said before. Some people, that's just not you. You're not everybody's, and that's just life, and that's just period. That's just society. Not everybody's meant to, that's not they rolling life. And one thing I have to say about Cadillac J Justice, he said, I roll with gold diggers. He said the females that he knows is gold diggers, and that's who he gets his game from. So he just essentially just said that he got his game from a female. So how are you teaching a female when you learn it from a female?
Yeah. I left that for y'all to discuss. So I mean,
he know he gonna call in, and he knows I'm always gonna go against the grain because that's just not how I move. I feel like that's bum activity. That's just me. If you can't show me how I can get out of exit plan quicker, then that's what my goal is right now. Is I'm looking for someone to show me how I can get an exit plan quicker out of this, because I don't want to be doing this for another 10 to 15 years. If you talking about break bread, trust me, if that's the first thing that comes out of your mouth, anything about money in a conversation, if you don't really know me,
right,
it's over. I'm not gonna say shit else to you. That's just I'm just being honest. We always gonna be cool. That's just the thing. If you're not showing me how to do an exit plan, we don't got nothing to talk about, baby. I'm just telling you the truth. Because like I said, I'm probably making as just much money as you are, probably more. And I haven't had to I haven't had to do any sexual activity for that type of stuff in a while. And I'm just being honest. And the economy is down. The economy is down, but people still want to spend money on what? Clothes, food, and recreational activities. People are going to find a way. They're going to find a way to buy clothes. They're going to find a way to buy food. They're going to find a way to they're going to find money for what they want. And that's where Lisa Smith comes in at. I'm going to get you what you want.
Exactly.
Money, the economy may be down, but people still find time and the money to get what they want. Don't ever discount what people want. Because people, and that's another thing that where we're messed up as a society is people will go over what they really need for what they want. Knowing that their ass needs something, they'll go and get something they want versus something that they need.
Yeah. Sometimes when you at your worst is when you know how to make it your best, you in survival mode, so you got to make it then,
So. Reek's family member said gold diggers trying to go for big figures. I guess they are, but
but how long can you be a gold digger though? How long can you play that same game before that game start playing you?
There you go. How long can you rely on your looks? How long can you do this and that? You really think females is gonna be checking for you and you 55 years old talking about this and that? They're not gonna really be checking for you. Beijing can only do so much. I'm just being honest.
You'll turn from that into a sugar daddy. You go from a pimp to a sugar
daddy. Right. Just look, we don't support our people. We want discounts. Shut up. Look, I'll give you a discount, but you still gonna pay me. I'm about my money first. I'm gonna give you a discount, but you still gonna pay me. And then Reek said, so Lisa Smith, if a trick is paying, are you going? Please elaborate. And 9 times out of 10, if a trick is paying me to do what per se, it's money.
Yeah.
I'm taking it. Valley of the Pharaohs, Reek's family member said, Beijing can also lump your head up if you use it too much as well. Oh my God, he's a hot mess. He's a hot mess. You got to check them Beijing pockets. or you gonna end up with end up with a lumpy head, and then they'll send you some money for a lawsuit, and that's how you got your paid for Benz, low key. You ain't get that Benz from pimping. You got that Benz from that bad batch of Beijing you put on your head. Um,
So they ain't pimping, they gone back to simping, huh?
well, look, don't. I be trying to tell y'all, don't let these people on these YouTube streets fool you. They working 9 to 5s, or they got a fat bitch in the house, or they fucking with a white hoe that's stupid with low self esteem. SSI bins, right, Shy? They collecting an SSI check. They saving up them 2 checks, and they buying them a bins that's paid for, because they don't really have to pay no bills, because they living and sleeping on a pallet inside their child's house.
Exactly.
But they telling you that you getting 3s and 4s.
Still staying with mommy.
Or staying with their son or daughter.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm
But you know,
look,
a
I'm
lot of
telling you, it's smoke and mirrors, y'all. All you got to do is scratch a little bit past the surface, and you see it ain't what it is. He said, "Cash
exactly.
at me," stunting like they got it. They really are. Trust me, it is smoke and mirrors. I'm telling you, there's people on these YouTube streets who is not talking what they live in. They talking what they lived. Past tense, not present.
Some, yeah, they ain't got it no more. They just talking about it what they had back in the days. They was the man one time, but they was, they had it one time. You know,
Right.
at one time they was on top of the world, but that moment just stuck in their head. A lot of times that's like enslavement, like prison too, like kind of going to prison. When you go to prison, your mind frame it be so fucked up because you be still thinking like the shit the same way. Well, when you left, but really it's not. And so your mind just family pause when you get locked up. It's like your shit just stop, your whole life just stop. And then when you get out, your life try to start back from where it left off at. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of cats get caught up like they're trying to relive they life, goddamn, from where it stopped at. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was doing this when I got locked up. The only thing on your mind is what you were doing before you got locked up. So shit, it's been like you've been on hold for so long, and now you out, and you want to go back to the same thing, but that shit been changing now. You can't do it no more. It changed. You know what I mean? So we got a lot of folks that's stuck. Stuck in the game. They stuck in the matrix.
Right. I agree. Okay, so I got some more comments. Hold on. Okay. Um, Cadillac J Just said, y'all going in. I'm gonna catch the replay in a minute. All right, J Just, have a good evening. The Luth youngster said, can you give me an example on these YouTube streets? And then Shy said they probably never been the man. They just saying it because nobody was there but them. Shy, you a fool. And then Reek said, or they read out of a black exploitation book that they pre-read by other people. And then Shad said they've been watching the Mac too many times. Okay, Duluth
Exactly.
youngster. So you want to know example of who not living like they living. So I've always been real about who I don't care for in these YouTube streets.
Right.
And the person I'm talking about is you can go to his channel. Well, if you do go to his channel, you giving him views,
Okay.
which is fine, which I don't give a damn. Cause we've been having a low key beef for a while, but I'll take it to his doorstep. He know that, and I did, and he erased my comments and all that. His name is King Sherm. He used to be on his channel. If you follow the backstory, all this other stuff, him and Reek kicked him off the channel. He mad. He said he taking Reek to court, but apparently Reek said he ain't seen no court papers and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
King Sherm. That's another person on these YouTube streets. There's another person you gotta. He's a flower that opens up. I will say that. I'm not gonna say his exact name, but he's a
Block.
flower that opens up.
Um,
Who ain't
Come,
real in these YouTube streets.
you gonna come to Blossom? You
That
Blossom?
he's a flower that opens up in these YouTube streets. That's another one that's talking about shit that he did 30 and 20 and 20 and 30 years ago, and he does lives talking and going crazy. That's two that I'll give you. That's two I'll give you. But one I'll tell you straight out his name, King Sherm. Trust me, it ain't what you think with him. It's not. and he had the nerve to call me retarded when he knows I will go the fuck in, and I did, and he erased my comments on his channel. But
Yeah,
I'm retarded. I guess I'm retarded, but you are the one that is collecting an
stealing
SSI
content,
check, living with your child.
stealing content.
Right, with 24. Thank you, Williams, and stealing content with 24/7 realism. You co-signing the thief. Come on now. Let's keep it 100 here. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 75 plus 25. Let's keep it 100 here. That's what people don't. That's the problem. People don't want to keep it 100. People don't want to admit when they lost or they losing.
And see, that's what I was going. That's what I was really going into, and I was asking you what you consider 100, because like you said, everybody had their own definition. But okay, situations come. If I get busted, you gonna hold this goddamn sack for me?
Right.
You for me? You call that one? You could be 100 to a certain degree, but is you 100 all the way around? You know what I mean? So that's what I was asking about.
Okay.
Let me reiterate on that too, and say that wouldn't be real for me for somebody to ask somebody to do that from the jump. But if situations came to be, in circumstances came to be, would you really take that bullet from me? In other words,
and you probably won't find a lot of women that's willing to be like that.
Nobody ain't gonna take that bullet for you.
That's right.
So they hollering about they 100, but when it's time to be 100, are you gonna be 100? You see what I'm saying? So
there we go. Okay, so I got some more comments. Shad said King Sherm stick, and then Shad said shoe shine Shanice, and then Duluth youngster said a flower that opens up, huh? You and these coded messages. What is he, a Venus flytrap? And then Rick said, now, is that keeping it 100? And see, that's the thing. You're not keeping it 100. I'm the difference between me and who I named is I'm keeping 100 with y'all. You know what I'm saying? There's been times when I didn't have money and I had to go to the other side of the game that I don't like doing. I've said that before. I've kept it 100, but he's not keeping it 100 because he's yelling about he got 2 Benzes paid for. But what he's not telling you is one of them Benzes don't fucking run. The other Benz he didn't get from pimping. He got that Benz off of money from a lawsuit that he won.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? How you 50? How you 60 years old? And this is the thing you guys need to think in your head. How is you 60 years old and you out here pimping? Ain't something wrong with that situation?
Yeah.
Why would you want to be 60 years old out here pimping? What female you know is gonna be out here selling ass for a 60-year-old man? Nobody.
Then that's just like going to say, if you're 60 years old, would you want your grandchild there hoeing?
Exactly. See, but that's a different mindset. Some people have them different mindsets. Right? Some people don't see nothing wrong with that. So, but that's the thing.
You got to know when to mature. You got to know when to overcome those. You know what I'm saying? And be mature and be able to move on and say, okay, once upon a time in my life I did it, but now I became a man. Now, see, when you gonna grow up? You can't keep playing these childish games, because at the while you got kids or grandkids. Guess what? They're gonna be catching up with what the hell you doing. So you going out to the club with your kids and your grandkids,
right? Okay, here's another. We got more comments. Rashad said, Reek said, "Nah, is that keeping it 100?" Laugh out loud. And then Shad said, "Motherfuckers claim to be 100, but really 25. How am I 50 and I'm pimping? You ain't Fillmore Slim. Look, Fillmore Slim wasn't even pimping at 50 years old. He was writing books."
Exactly.
No, I got it mixed up with Iceberg Slim. Excuse me. Fillmore Slim is not. He tells you he's retired. And low key, Fillmore Slim will tell you that he was also a musician on the side. He was playing, I believe he played the guitar. So not only was he pimping, he was doing something else besides that. He wasn't just always pimping. He was a musician.
And on top of that, you got to understand the difference between pimping and choosing. Because you got women that'll choose you too. You got women that'll want to do that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just necessarily got to put yourself out like that, because you got certain women that will do that for you anyway.
There you go.
You was like one of that type of person. Well, You know, and I don't need you to do all this. I ain't got to do all this. I got women that's going to automatically do this for me. That's the difference if a woman really rocking with you or not. If she really rocking with you, she going to do that for you anyway because she fuck with you. But if she ain't on that type of game frame or that type of mind frame, she ain't finna rock with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, you got to understand what's the difference between pimping and choosing, because a lot of people get chose too. You know, you got a lot of them just present themselves, oh, I'm a good looking man or this and that, but you got women that's in that will actually choose you, you know. So don't get that mixed up either, you know. It's two different ball games, but it's yet in the same playing field. You got one field on the infield and you got one field on the outfield. So, you know.
And then we got more comments. And then Shad said, well, he is too. He's shining shoes. Right. But see, that's the thing. He wasn't keeping it 100. That's the thing that a lot of these people don't tell you, that they also had jobs on the side of them pimping.
Yeah.
Exactly. They don't tell you that.
Mm-mm.
That's not keeping it 100. We're going back to that 100 thing with Williams. They making it seem like they getting all this money from it's all on a bitch. But they doing other stuff besides that.
That's just like the rappers saying they getting all the money from rapping, and you know damn well they ain't. You know what else they doing?
Right.
You know.
All these rappers that really ain't getting no money, the record companies getting all the money, but they making you think they're getting all this money and they're not.
It's just promotional use.
There you go.
You know. Hey, they're gonna give you a bunch of fake money to throw on your videos and the fake jewelry to wear to make you feel like you somebody. You know, you got a few of them out there that got real jewelry, but the rest of that shit just commercial. That's commercial property, man.
Right.
You know, you leasing them cars and you know renting jewelry and all kind of shit. You ain't got that at the end of the day.
There you go.
Until you get on the top, until you actually get to where you try to get to, but you put that image out there like you got that, but you ain't got it yet. You know what I mean?
There you go.
You gotta watch a lot of that too. You know, it's phony bone. Everybody want to be rich and be famous overnight. Nobody want to struggle. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through that struggle.
Okay, so got more comments. Reek said a pioneer coon in that shit, and then Shad said you can't be a part-time pimp and a full-time shoe shiner. Shut up. And then
can't be no bootlegger.
Right, and then a Duluth youngster said that's not pimping, it's boss mac, and I think it's called double-breasted. See, it's a lot of things that they're not supposed to be doing, but they're doing, but they're not telling you that because they're putting up a facade. It's smoke and mirrors. My thing is, they don't like me because I ask these type of questions. Like, why should I listen to you and get game from you when you ain't telling me shit?
Yeah.
Okay, we got somebody in here from Dallas. Charles Dickens said, all love from Dallas, Texas, and the Bonnie View Mafia. Thanks for the love and thanks for chiming in.
Shout out to Dallas, wherever y'all chiming in. Y'all hit that thumbs up button. We ain't asked for it all night. We on Too Cool to Come. We support this Reek channel. We just hijacked it. So y'all do us a favor and hit that thumbs up button.
Please do.
Y'all on here listening. We ain't say it all night, you know.
Yeah, hit the thumbs up button. I appreciate yes, thank you. We just got a like. There's no a Duluth youngster. There's nothing wrong with having a job besides the pimping, but don't make it seem like you got all your money out of a bit. All this stuff came from you getting from a bitch, because you didn't. That's what I'm saying. Is I'm calling out the inconsistencies. And that's why they don't like me. And they also don't like me because I also feel like, what are you going to teach me that I already don't know? If I'm already coming to the table, already established, and I already have what you have, what lessons can you teach me?
What more would you be looking for, in other words?
I've already made it plain.
I know you're looking for something new all the time, but at the same time, they couldn't teach you no more. Then you couldn't go nowhere else from that point, you know. Unless you can teach me something new, then I might be able to rock with you, in other words.
Right. Okay. You know, we got. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say we got more comments. When I say that, that means we got more comments. Reek said the way they tell it, they were full-fledged and doing it better than some of the greats. And then he said, I show love to all the listeners. That's why they're in here live speaking. That's why if you guys want to call in, drop your number and Reek will call you.
He'll call your number and he'll delete it when nobody else won't be able to get on.
You can always get on here and talk. And I appreciate for Reek let me get on here and run my big ass mouth and probably piss some of y'all off, which is fine, and some of y'all piss me off. But at the end of the day, I'll keep it real. That's all. That's all. That's all I know how to do is keep it real. And that's why I said I keep it. I keep it 100 because I'm gonna tell y'all what I do and what I don't do. And I'm that I can't, like I said before, I can't speak on other parts of the game. But one part of the game that I will never ever be part of is calling the police on somebody. If me and you got beef, that's what it is. I'm not gonna call the police on you like some people.
Like
That's
one said, what part of the game is this?
right.
What part of the game is that?
I'm not gonna say I made all this. I'm not gonna say I made all this money by doing this and doing that. I made most of my money not the traditional way. That's just I'm being honest. But I have more than one hustle. They get on here and act like they got all their money from pimping. I got my money from various hustles.
You fucking right here. America was built on goddamn slavery and sin and a bunch of taking and a bunch of shit.
There you go.
You think people gonna be out here and trying to abide by the motherfucking rules all the goddamn time? Everybody I know broke the law. Politicians, presidents, and all of them. You know?
That's right.
They fucking break the law all the time. You know?
They break the law and bend it for themselves. But when me and you do it, we gonna get the book thrown at us and we gonna get put under the jail.
But they break them all day.
And
yep. It's just like a police officer. When he out of that uniform, that motherfucker still can speed fast and go fast as he want to go. He ain't gonna get pulled over. If he do get pulled over, guess what? He ain't getting no ticket.
Nope, because that's right. That's right, because they got a code amongst themselves.
Exactly. So, you know, and we got to develop our own code. We got to learn how to stay on code, which most of us don't know how to do. We can't stay on code for shit.
We don't get me started on that. Okay, I got more comments. Duluth youngster says, so you need a brother to solve your problem of teaching you a way of making money in another avenue. Like I said earlier, you need a hustler light years ahead. Sean said, I love you, Lisa. Thank you, Sean. I love you too. You know I rock with you. It's not solving my problem, but teaching me another way of making money is a way of where I can retire and get and work a regular job, because there is jobs that hire felons, but they don't pay you shit. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have my money that I make and be my backup money, and then I just work a regular stupid ass job that's gonna hire me because I am a felon. I've kept it real with y'all. I'm a felon, period.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to do right now. And most men that I encounter, because of the way I look, and then if we get into it, they get turned off by my mouth, which I don't fucking care. They all they want is sex, which I don't have time for that shit. And they see how I'm rolling when I roll one of my nicer cars, then they want to get with me because of what I got, and I don't got time for that. A lot of these men, low key, and this is no disrespect to any women out here that's listening, because I'm a woman as well. But a lot of these men out here, low key, act like bum bitches. Like a bitch will, oh, can you take me out to dinner? Can you get my hair done? Can you get my nails done? Let a nigga see you rolling in a nice car, and they're gonna be on you like flies on shit. And you look a certain way, they're gonna be on you. I see you rolling, shorty. Whose car is that? I know that ain't your man car. Blah, blah. I don't want to hear that shit. They be just as bad as these females out here that got their hand out. They see you have a nice car, and then don't nobody know where I live, because that's one thing I don't fucking play about, was where I lay my fucking head. And then they want to, oh, well, I'll pick you up. No, you're not going to pick me up. Oh, well, we can go here and that. And then they see you rolling some way, and then they, oh, well, what you doing? And how you doing that? And then they want you to take care of them. Like I said in the other live, I'm not your mama. It's not my job to take care of you.
Yeah.
Okay, we got more comments. Shad said Williams, the infamous part 1. Low said false advertising, then too cool to con. Reek said, what cars do you have? And then Shad said, don't shit where you eat. You definitely don't shit where you eat. Okay, Reek, I should be like you, Reek, and put up a lot. Well, I'm not gonna do that because that's just too much. But I have a I got a 1995 SS Impala, and then I got a 1988 IROC Camaro. Pay both of them bitches pay for cash and they in good condition.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
And of course I got my down like the P say I got my bottom bitch my 1994 Lexus ES 300.
Okay then. That's just what. I mean, so really, I mean, coming from a male prospect, it would be. I ain't gonna say it would be kind of complicated for a man to try to get with you, but like you said, he have to be damn near bringing what you got to the table. It's not just as much. In other words,
He don't have to be as. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, what I was saying was you already settled in your ways and you already got your goals and stuff already set up, so you already know what you pretty much want out of life and out of a man. If you was to run across one, or you was to get a man, you already know the qualities you're looking for in that man. If you can't meet those standards, then it's just you know.
But this is my thing. Shouldn't we all have standards?
Yeah. I'm just. You should have standards. But my thing is, what if, just say for instance, the person got that, you know what I mean? And then it's still, you may feel like, okay, you got this and you got that, and you maybe can show me a way to make more money or whatever, but I just ain't feeling you. What if you just ain't feeling that person?
Then you can't make it. Look, you can't make a square fit into a triangle.
That's what I'm saying. You got those kinds too. So you got a lot of men that can meet those criteria that you said, but at the same time, they might be looking at it like, okay, she already set in her ways, and ain't nothing I can really offer because she already got her ways. She already set the way she fit. What would you say about that?
Well, I really haven't met a man that is. And the thing about it is, let me hold on to that thought. You know that I got more comments. Okay. Shaw said, I hate you. That's my shit, Lisa, that Impala. What you saying on this? Duluth said, what you saying on this channel can be on film, just like a little more organized into a mini series, Netflix style. And then too cool. And then Reek said, I need to put together a short film. Oh, here we go. Okay, so, Shad, the Impala was really. I just got that because them cars are getting rarer and they worth some money. That's why I bought it. But huh?
You got that Super Sport FS?
Yeah, the 90. I got a 95.
Yeah,
But my car is, I like my IROC like that bitch. I like 80s cars. That's just I want a GTA next. I want to get a GTA if I can find one. But anyways, we're not on topic. That's the thing. Like, a man doesn't necessarily have to have just as much as me. He has to at least have something going on, and he got to at least be able to carry himself, and he got to at least be able to he at least got to have a hustler's spirit. Like, you could have a 9 to 5 and have a hustler's ambition. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a hustler per se like me. You can have a 9 to 5 and then have multiple side hustles. If he has that, I'm cool with that because he has that ambition. He has that go-to. He got that drive. It's that, you know what I'm saying? It's that what I'm looking for.
You gotta be good with them hands and handy dance. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to make something out of nothing.
He got to be able to, let's say I get sick. He got to be able to know how to, well, if you ain't bringing this much money in, we're going to have to figure out a way to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, got to be able to, like, in the words of whoever said this.
You got to be able to hold the weight, tote the weight.
Right. And be able to maneuver and go in and out at the drop of a dime, basically. You gotta have that type of understanding, personality. And then on top of that, which people don't like to talk about because let's be honest, I have a child. You got to be able to get along with my child's father because he's very active in my child's life. So it's not like we're in a relationship together. It's just that you got to respect him because I respect him because that's my child's father. You know what I'm saying? And that's where people get it misconstrued. Like, we can all be adults about the situation.
Oh, her baby daddy coming around. I don't like that.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even.
He might be still getting it. He keep coming around. Ain't nothing like that.
And see, the thing about it is, I don't ever disrespect that. I don't call him my baby's dad because he does for his child. I say
Yeah.
that's my child's father. We have a cool understanding. We didn't work
Right.
out because there's so many levels to why we didn't work out. And so so if I'm gonna be with someone, he has to be able to get along with him. That's just period. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so more comments. Sean said, nah, nah, don't try to explain. No love lost. Yes, Reek, a mini film, a mini film, few of them. And they said, so you're not with picking up the depends or piss pad for the late 50s kind of guy. Oh my God. And then the Luth youngster said, too cool. What kind of short film? And then Reek said, more a short documentary talking to people on a set subject. That would be good.
That
Um,
would be good.
that would be really good. If a dude's in his late 50s, I don't know if I can even deal with that. And he may be in good shape, and he may not he may be very healthy, but it's just the point that he's almost 60 years old. I
Right.
can't deal with that. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you a question. You tell your age on him? Nobody know how old you are.
I am in my 30s. That's all y'all need to know.
That's cool. That's cool. I just wanted to ask. You know, I'm sure we got some people out there that's listening, that's inquiring. So
Oh
just,
yeah, I'm in my 30s. I'm in my early 30s. I'm in my early 30s.
I'm gonna be the voice for them. You know what I mean?
I'm not in my late 30s yet. I'm in my early 30s. And then you remember, Shad? Okay. That's enough. Okay. He said, I'm 33. He says she's 33. If you a single man, don't date women with kids. You know what, Dex? I agree with you. Completely. I agree with you because it's too much. It's too much. Just like if you a single woman, don't date a man with kids. I
Yeah.
agree with you. And that's one thing that you guys will always notice about me. If I say it for one sex, I'm gonna say it for the other sex. Don't deal with bum bitches. Don't deal with bum niggas. Period. It goes both ways.
Yeah. You know, hey,
That's
if
how I look
y'all,
at it.
if
Shad,
y'all like,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say again, if y'all like what we talking about, y'all hit that thumb up button again.
Oh, that was good. Thank you. I'm trying to look at these comments.
Yeah.
Um, Duluth Youngster said, my suggestion would take all the game type on this channel and make a mini series. That was good. And the shot said I was playing. Are you? Yeah, I am 33. Um, famous Dex
Hey,
said yeah,
go ahead.
famous Dex said yes indeed. And then Duluth Youngster said too cool to con. Yeah. Oh, shared your okay. So you love these lies. Well, thank you, Dex. If you haven't already, like William said, hit that thumbs up. If you love them, thank you. A lot of times I can do them when it's kind of slow, but if you don't catch me in Reek when he has other lives or on the other thing, I'm getting to the money because at the end of the day, this don't pay my bills.
Exactly.
You guys do a great job. Thank you. Um,
That's what's up. Appreciate it.
and then Reek said I need to get on it while the weather is good. Film for for the documentary that is. And see, that's the thing. Like you, what was I saying?
Yeah.
I want to go back to that single woman thing. If you are a single man and you don't want to deal with a woman with kids, don't deal with a woman with kids. But I think it depends on if you really like the person, and a lot of times it depends on what type of relationship they have with the other child's parent, because that plays a big part in it. Because a lot of times people have these messed up relationships with their child's other parent because either one, they're still sleeping together and it's kind of
Right.
murky. Two, the other parent ain't doing nothing for the child, so they got animosity there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And or three, it's all fucked up situation. Or four, it's a good situation, and sometimes you meet people that are able to have a civil relationship, but it takes work and it takes years because me and my child's father have not always had a civil relationship,
Right.
and
And,
it takes work.
and let me add on to that, for the people that's out there that's listening. I'm not going to say it's not healthy to get with a female or a male that's got kids already or children already, but if you're going to do that, make sure that you're able to come in there and be able to back that up. Because we got so many men and women that get in relationships and oh, I like you, but I don't like the kid, or
I ain't getting like I can't take care of you and the kid, or if you setting yourself up to get in a relationship with a woman that's got more than one child or 3 or 4 kids or whatever, then you may need to take a step back and look at yourself and be like, what am I getting myself into? And that goes for women or for the men. So I've seen so many times where people get in a relationship and they knowing that baby mamas or whatever got 3 or 4 kids, or the baby got 3 or 4 kids, and you can't make it work if you coming into something like that and you ain't ready for it. It's almost like you signing up for something that you ain't gonna be able to, carry out. You putting yourself in a bad position. That's what I think.
I agree with
Which,
you.
you know, I see that all the time. We got some good looking females out here, and they look good, but they got kids. You know what I mean? They in the majority, I'm looking for a single man or a man who ain't got number one child or 2 children or something. You know what I mean? They looking for that, and it's vice versa, like I said. So sometimes we got to weigh our options too and start looking at, hey, am I willing to put myself in this position or situation, because anything can go on with this child or this parent, and I don't want to put myself in a situation where I may have to be there, or it might be too much for me. In other words, can you go in on that a little bit?
I think okay, so before I weigh in on that, we got more comments. Reek said post your number to join in the call, and Shy said we gotta meet in Vegas or somewhere, and then Reek said thanks, Shad. 100 at Duluth Youngster. And then Famous Deck said it's hard these days, especially when you're in your 30s. Most people have children already. And then Reek said very true, Dex. And then Larry came back and said ambition. So I'm going to say to Famous Dex, you're right. Most people do already have kids in their 30s, but I got a homegirl.
Right.
I got a homegirl who works legal, who's doing better than me, don't have no kids, and she's out here doing her thing, and she can't find nobody.
Exactly.
She can't find she can't find someone that's willing to meet her halfway because she gets, it's hard. I
And
will
I'm
say that.
asking, and I'm asking these questions because I know that these are real life situations that people are in, and sometimes you get yourself into something that you want to get out of, and you don't know how to get out of it, or you don't know, you just dig a hole deeper than what you can climb out of. So I ain't saying that's me in the case of nothing like that, but I just see that people go through those same situations every day. They set themselves up for failure. Which it ain't always got to be like that. It ain't always got to be a failure. It's just, sometimes you're expecting something out of, that's already, that you ain't going to be able to really get too far in. Say for instance.
Well, you got to elaborate a little bit more for me.
Okay, you say for instance, you got a 9 to 5. You a male. I'm a male. I got a 9 to 5. I'm working every day or whatever, but I'm making my money, and I'm a side hustling. I'm by myself. I'm single. Okay, I meet a female. She's doing her thing. She got a little job or whatever, but at the same time, she may have, 2 or 3 kids or whatever. And so the money that I'm making, I know it's not going to be able to cover, you know what I'm saying, be able to take care of me and her kids, is what I'm saying. But you got people that get in those relationships like that and they get stuck like that.
Well, I think it all depends on the type of relationship that you're looking for, and it depends on if you really, really like this person, you digging them, and if you're willing and ready to take on that type of responsibility. Because I would be honest with y'all, I'm not gonna deal with a man that has 3 motherfucking kids. I'm not. Plus mine, that's 4 fucking kids. That's too many motherfucking kids. Don't disrespect the people that have them that many kids. I'm sorry. I ain't doing it. Not it's hard enough for me to be, Lord have mercy, and I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I'm not. That is very hard coming into that situation because you have to deal with that person that you're dealing with, and then you have to deal with their 3 children that and each one of those children has their own personality, and each one of them children has to be loved differently. Every child is different. Every child needs the different type of love and support. Are you willing to take on that responsibility? A lot of people aren't, and a lot of people don't look at shit from that perspective.
So you thinking you getting the good, or she look good and all this, but then you come to find out she got 3 or 4 kids, and then now you in the trap.
You got to ask yourself, are you really ready for that? And some people
Exactly.
aren't honest with themselves and don't and think they can handle it, and then they can't, and then you didn't start up this relationship with this person, and you didn't start up this relationship with these children, and then you can't handle it, and then you got to leave, and then how do you explain that to the children?
Mm-hmm.
That's dysfunctional right there. That's
Dysfunction.
why I believe people, and this is just me, you shouldn't have a revolving door around your children. My child
Exactly.
hasn't seen me with a man outside of their father. That because I haven't been serious enough with someone to even take it there.
Exactly. You know, I just wanted you to go in on that part like that because I see a lot of that go on too.
I do too. And I don't think it's healthy. And I'm just that's just me being, again, this is Lisa Smith's own opinion. This is not anybody else's opinion. I'm only speaking for myself, and we can agree to disagree. I got more comments. Reek said ambition definitely will carry you a long way. Larry said you got to be able to adjust on all levels uh, of the lifestyle that it puts upon you. Duluth Youngster said here. Famous Dex said LOL. Duluth said there's a film festival here in Duluth around October, and a lot of people coming from NYC and LA. Here is the website. He gave you the website, Reek. Um,
Yo,
Famous Dex said I just got stressed out, laughing my ass out, and then he said some more stuff to Reek about the Duluth thing. And then he said,
okay.
I may have to make a run up there for that. He posted the link up about the film festival. I think, it all depends on what you're looking for. Like, we go back to what we talked about earlier. It all
Yeah.
depends on what you're looking for in an individual, and it depends on if you're willing to deal with that type of baggage. And I'm not trying to be no disrespect to people, but having more than one child is a form of baggage. I'm just saying, to be honest, because when you are introducing a new individual to your child, you have to think about how are they going to react with this child. How are they? Are we going to go long term? Are they going to be able to love my child the way my child needs to be loved? Because this essentially is not their child. I think about
That,
these type of things. Some people don't.
you got to love that child just as much as you love that parent.
There you go. And some people can't do that.
Man, and see that's the point that's what I was really trying to get at. I was trying to add a scenario and then take it to that perspective too because we got a lot of people out here that just like I said they set up a failure. They get into your relationship and then they know that you pretty much knowing this ain't gonna work. And then you still get off into it or whatever, and then after a while you come off into it and don't know how to get out of it.
So this is my thing. Then why did you? If you not saying you, Williams, if you know it's
Not
not gonna work, then why did you get in it? That's
yeah, not
bullshit right there.
exactly, exactly.
Okay, we got more comments. Lowe said it's about understanding too, and the famous Deck said it comes down to compromising. A lot of things are a compromise. Life is a compromise. Not just being in a relationship with somebody. Living this life in America is a compromise.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things you got to compromise on. It all
Right.
depends on what you're willing to do and what you're willing not to do. And my thing is, for
Absolutely.
anybody, don't go into a relationship knowing full well that it's bullshit. You wasting your own personal time, and you're wasting your time. Time is the only thing in the world that once you use it up and lose it, you can never get it back.
Right. Right.
You can get back money. You can get back clothes. You can get back other things. But once you use up time, you never get it back. So why even waste your own personal time knowing that a relationship is not going to work and waste the other person's time? Let's be selfish for a minute. Why even waste your own personal time?
Exactly.
Why waste your time on some bullshit? Why? Because they look good? They're attracted to you? That wears out after a while.
Yeah, look good wears out. You tell somebody that they done heard it 1,000 times. They look good 1,000,000 times. They don't pay the bills.
Right? You gotta, after a while, you gotta figure it out. After a while, you gotta be like, okay, this is bullshit. But if you know the relationship is gonna be bullshit, don't waste your time. And that goes for anybody. That goes for man or woman. Don't waste your time. If you know that this person, for instance, this person is struggling with something, but you really like them, and I'm a try and make it work. Why try? If you already knowing you coming in with doubts, why already try? Just leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only does you bullshitting that affects your livelihood, that affects what people don't realize is it affects you physically, mentally, and spiritually when you put yourself in bullshit predicaments.
Exactly. All your energy just gone. It's just gone. You know, being directed towards. I think that could be a form of negativity. You know, you may not know it, but it could be some that's negative. That's all negative energy. Would you agree to that?
Like, what do you mean?
I mean,
Please elaborate.
if you in other words, you really ain't getting nothing out of it. You just you putting in something, but you ain't getting nothing out of it. If you ain't putting nothing that's tangible in.
I wouldn't say that's negative energy. I would say or bad energy. I would just say that you're being stagnant. You basically not going anywhere. You just basically you like a stalled vehicle. Like if you
Yeah.
putting all this stuff in and nothing's coming out of it, you wasting your time.
Mm-hmm.
You just sitting there and you being stagnant. And what happens when you be stagnant? What happens in nature when stuff is stagnant? It don't grow anymore. It's literally
Right.
dying.
You just hitting the gas and them brakes at the same time, and you ain't going nowhere fast.
That's right. Nothing
The
in
wheels spinning.
right. If you look at, I would say, like I said earlier, if you look at nature, when stuff stops growing, it essentially is essentially dying. It's gonna die pretty soon.
Exactly. You're right.
So you got to get out of that. I look at it like that. You got to get out of that situation. If you're not growing, you're
It's killing you.
there. You go.
That's right. Either you're going to help me grow, or either you're going to be a weed and choke me out and try to kill me and leech off of me until I die.
There you go. You gotta. That's why I said don't ever. If you know automatically that something's gonna be bullshit, just don't even waste your time on it. But if you and your, I would say this to anybody that's out here listening that hasn't chimed in and you're just listening.
Right.
And you and
And
your
that's why I'm asking these questions, because I mean, it's not pertaining to me. It's just questions and stuff that I'm putting out there, because I know people may be going through this, and they may be wanting to answer for it. And by you being a female, you can give it to them by on your point of view. You know, nothing to do with me, and no scenario, nothing to do with me. I'm good on my end. So you know.
if you are in your early 20s, I would say you can do whatever, not say whatever you want, but live life and experience life. So then when you get to a certain age, you already know what you want and what you don't want.
Exactly.
Because if you
Okay.
haven't been able to experience life, and then you're trying to experience things that you should have been trying to experience earlier, you gonna get even more frustrated.
Right. And for the youth, and for the youth that is up there listening, you know, take your time before you just jump straight into something. I know I know that a lot of the youth and a lot of the, men have a tendency of thinking with the wrong head, a whole lot or sometimes. But sometimes you gotta make that right decision and just sit back and just analyze the situation and take your time before you jump up into something. You know, if I had a chance to go back and redo my life, I would do it a little bit different, but not too much different because hey, it is what it is. But I could see some change that I could make, you know. But for the ones that can make a change while they still young or whatever, hey, take your time and slow it down and and take your time, just look, pay attention to what's going on because that one might not be the one right now 10 years from now, 5 years from now that one might not be the one. So we gotta stop looking at temporarily and start looking at the long run. Start looking at what's going on for the future, like you said. So
I agree. I think it's people don't put too much. I would say yeah, take your time, but still, mm, I wouldn't say rush it because you never know what time
you
you
gotta
have.
take
But
time. You gotta take some amount of time. It's gonna take some time. So that's just the way I think. I just think it'll be a whole lot better if you took the time to really find out about a person before you decided to just, jump off into a situation.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay, let me see. I got some more comments.
I'm glad they coming in. I appreciate it. I'm glad they still tuned in because we've been rolling for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Just a suggestion. Oh, he's saying telling Reek about the miniseries film, and then he said to me, talking to the young women about having a documentary or miniseries talk about life changing info.
Yeah.
They probably would get turned off because I end up calling somebody a bum bitch. I just know how I am. I wouldn't even put Reek in that in that position, but I appreciate that, Duluth. I would end up because I don't look at, maybe because of the life I lived in my 20s and the life I'm living now, that I never expected, I've never put my hand out or expected a man to buy me things just because he liked me and found me attractive. You know what I'm saying? I've always brought something else as well to the table besides someone finding me attractive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
So I have a, that's right. Larry saying time waits for no one. It sure don't wait for no one. I would say that I do have a problem with calling people bums because it's just like, you people put too much in this society. People too much put too much emphasis on the outside, getting the outside looking all nice and good when the inside is horrible and decrepit. And then you find out that this person is all beautiful and nice on the outside, and the inside they're just rotten
Yeah.
and shitty.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Then you stuck with that.
A lot of cases is like that. You know, you do what you can to be with her because she look oh so pretty, but you know deep down inside she don't mean you no good.
Right. Okay, got more comments. He said, "Just clean up the language, sister." And that, yeah, I can admit that I do have a look. I do have a terrible mouth. That's just me. I know how to. If I'm in a certain setting, I'm not gonna talk a certain way, but I'm on a live, and this is Lisa Smith, and this is who I am. And I'll cuss you out in a second. Just being honest. Famous Dex said, "Lisa, you are rare." I don't. I appreciate that, but if you met some of my friends, you'd be like, wow, I'm really not that rare. There's plenty of women that think like me and move like me. Is you just gotta find them. You gotta
Right.
actually search them out. Cause
Yeah,
we're not out here
right.
advertising. Cause I don't advertise shit I do. I'm very, very, very low key. That's why I said, you see what I'm telling y'all. I am extremely low key because that's how I've been able to move the way I move for so long. Because you got to be low key. I'm not flashy. I don't like people in my business.
Right.
That's the best way to live life, because when you want attention and you want to be flashy, you're going to get the attention. And sometimes it's not going to be good attention.
Yeah, but sometimes the people need to hear that though because you bring a lot to the table and you got a lot of people that they feel the same way that you do feel. A lot of females that's probably listening feel the way you feel. They need to hear that, you know. So I mean, you could be an inspiration to some people when you think you're not to some other people, you know. Because everybody ain't gonna think the same. So you still giving game anyway, you know. There's somebody out there feeling the same way you feeling and got the same thing you got and feeling like, hey, I'm rocking with her because I know she's spitting the real. So it's like you said, there's females that are out there that's on that type of game, you know. And they are rare. Like you said, you got to really get out and look if you're trying to find somebody like that, you know. Because they ain't gonna just put themselves on Front Street like that. They don't really want to be bothered with all these parasites, you know. So you got a lot of people that's looking for that right one, but that right one, it may be right in front of you or it may not be. But I would say this though, seek yourself and find it within yourself, and then whatever meant for you will come to you. Sometimes you ain't got to really go out and look. Cause sometimes that pride might be right in front of you but you got to get yourself together first, though. You think
Right.
about that.
Okay, we got more comments. Okay. Oh, you just got one. He said Duluth youngsters said, "Yeah, I agree with the brother talking right now." That's Williams. He said he agrees with what you're saying.
Shouts out, man. Thanks. We're just trying to keep it going on a positive note, and keep information out there. And like I said, somebody may be listening and want to know and tune in, and they may be going through the same thing and feeling the same way. No, nobody want to be conned or took over or abused or misused or nothing like that.
That's right.
So, and we ain't here for that. We here to try to spread love and let the people know that we ain't nobody to play with either. We ain't no pushovers either.
I appreciate Reek for letting us even, get on live and, be able to talk about it, and, be able to voice our opinions. Because like you said earlier, a lot of people on their station, they have real shitty and stuff. They don't want nobody to get on their station. They want to be able to block the comments out, or they won't respond to you. I've been in certain people inboxes on their comments and then commenting something, the person right up under me, they'll skip me and go to the person up under me or something like that. I'd be like, okay, it's all good. After that happened several times, I'd be like, forget it. I ain't even gonna go on that page no more. You try to show somebody some love and they don't appreciate it. So I come over here where I know I get love, but where I do appreciate it, you know.
That's really, trust me, that's understandable. And at least they didn't. Well, they don't say nothing to you. At least you ain't been blocked. I'm probably blocked from over 20 pages.
Yeah, we don't care about being blocked. Them just haters,
That's
they just doing their job.
they look. That's fine. They can block me. That's
Yeah.
because
They,
I
them,
hit a
them,
nerve.
but them blocking you ain't like you searching for them. They just blocking you where you can't wait. You know what I mean? It ain't like you finna go on their page and try to look for them anyway. So
That's
it
true.
don't matter about them blocking you.
That's true.
They blocking themselves.
That's true. What do
You
you mean
know.
a new series? You need to elaborate, Reek, because you gonna get. Look, look. I'm about to get it. Okay, the loose youngster said, like I said, this needs to be on film. Man, this could reach the masses. And then Larry says, sometimes you got to think things through. Not sometimes, Larry, all the time. Because
Yeah.
one misstep will leave you fucked up for a long time. I learned that the hard way. You gotta, that's why I
Right.
said life is chess. Life is
That's
chess,
right.
is not checkers. And some of y'all, not nobody, I'm not talking in particular, some people is out here living life like it's checkers when it's not.
Yeah. But the name of the game is chess, and some people out here playing chess, and they just got to understand their position.
There
It's
you
okay to
go.
be it's all right to be a rook or a pawn or whatever when you know you're trying to get to what you're trying to get to. Because every piece play a role on that board, regardless if they get took out or not. It's still playing a role. Or sometimes your role you might have to make a sacrifice, or you might have to, take a bullet for your homie or something. Are you willing to do that though? You know, it goes back to saying, "Are you 100 again?" Because, like you said, life is just like chess and chicken. They don't paint them pieces black and white for nothing.
Right. Okay, we got what about Chi Town? What do you mean, Nicholas? Cam, and then um Jackpot TV said 100, and then he said it's a good response from the people's what I mean, Lisa Smith.
Y'all hit
Thank
that
you.
thumbs up button. Y'all the ones that ain't hit it, and y'all the ones just came in. We'll so appreciate it. Y'all on too cool to con. Marie, the infamous Lisa Smith and William.
I don't know why Shy calls me the infamous. I swear I'm that. I look only because I say really. I look at it like this. I say stuff from Lisa Smith's perspective, but I also say stuff from from a woman's perspective, a woman, and I also say it from certain people's perspective, not just women, but people that are just wondering, like, wait a minute, this ain't adding up. So I just want to know. You know what I'm saying? I come from an area like I just want to know this question. I just want to know an answer. Like, is you bullshitting me? Is this bullshit? Like, that's where I come from.
Right. Y'all let me know up front so I can know what the bullshit is.
Right.
So
Keep
you
it.
can down. We gonna let them know how it is. Come on with the bullshit so we can get on past.
You know my favorite thing. Keep it 100. Keep it 100. If
Exactly.
you can't keep it 100, we don't got shit to talk
Yeah.
about. And that's
One
that.
pow wow.
Right. And that's one reason why, even though y'all see me going back and forth with Cadillac J Just, he keeps it 100. He'll tell you straight up, I'm a gold digger. This is what I'm looking for. I appreciate that. And that's one reason why I haven't really. That's one reason why I'm always willing to talk to anybody, but that's one reason why I'm always gonna respect that because he not getting on here trying to portray something he ain't.
Exactly. You gotta respect him. Outside to him, you gotta respect him because he a professional at what he do. you
And
know.
he said it straight up. So I can't get mad at that. But we have been
Right.
on for 100 and almost 14 minutes. Actually 114 minutes. And it is getting where I'm getting to where it's getting that time where I gotta hit these streets. So I'll give you guys like 2 minutes and see if somebody else says something, and then we'll sign off because y'all can't be interrupting my money. I'm just being honest with y'all.
Hey, I appreciate your time, and you know what I'm saying. Even giving me a chance to come in and vibe with you, and get a chance to go live and let the people know, what's going on. And we ain't about no drama on this channel, but we keep it real, 100. You know, we too cool to con over here, so y'all can't be trying to beat us out of nothing. We on top of all that.
There you go.
So,
Larry said you got to respect the game if you want to last long in it. There you go. Any aspects
game,
of it.
game recognized game, and game is sold, not to be sold. So hey, you
There
know
you
how that
go.
goes. You know how that goes. But y'all out there again, y'all got one more time to hit that thumbs up button and get so rich some love, man. 'Cause we've been on his station, we've been on his channel, so show us some love, man. Shout out to him. I appreciate it.
And then we got another comment said, "So Lisa, think about a film miniseries."
Hey, that wouldn't be a bad idea, but it take a little time to put together. But you might want to give it a little thought. Let us know what you think. We can come together and maybe we can do something. We can collab together, and maybe we can do something. You know,
It's something to think about. It really is. I appreciate
hey,
that, Duluth Youngster, and I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate everybody that's commented on the live and the thumbs up. We really appreciate it. I appreciate y'all coming in these lives. I appreciate you, Williams, calling in. Everybody that's had a comment, I hope you have a good evening. It's I gotta get to this money. Um, I may or may not. I don't know when I'll be on again. Thank you, Reek, for letting me take over the channel with um
hey,
with
yes,
Williams. I
sir.
know you're serious, Duluth. I said I'll give it some thought. Shout outs to my partner who ain't really on, who's not on here right now. My partner in crime on the channel, Shad, and my new partner on this one, Williams, who gave me some balance on the. He's keeping it, I would say, civil, while I've been real ignorant on some type of tips, but that's life.
You know how we go. It's all good. We just thank y'all for tuning in, and we hope y'all continue to come back and tune in again.
Y'all have a good rest of the evening.
Be out.
All right.